So I recently got this cool older Winnebago, but it was dirty, filthy, neglected, old, and it desperately needed a cleaning. So grabbed the pressure washer, all the sides including the roof, and it went from looking like this to looking like this, so it was already doing better. Next I did some electrical work, fixed all the lights, got everything working, fixed a starting issue, and I had to take it on a test drive. On that test drive though, the transmission quit, it was absolutely going nowhere, so I was looking at buying another transmission, which would have cost me probably five, six, $700. I don't want to do that. So I decided to drop the pan and see what was up, if I could find any problems. What I found was that the transmission filter, so clogged, nothing was getting through it. No way. I slapped in a new filter, slapped in some new fluid, new gasket, all that good stuff, and that seemed to fix the problem. Driving around at 70, no problem. It pulled a little bit to one side when hitting the brakes, so had to rebuild those, grease everything up. Another issue solved. Went to go title it. Then I realized the title on the truck didn't match the title on the VIN, and I started freaking out a little bit. I thought I might have bought a stolen vehicle. Contacted the police, they looked into it, couldn't find any records of it being stolen, nothing sketchy. But what they did find out was that when these older RVs and campers are made, the truck is made separately than the body, so the truck gets a VIN number, the body gets a serial number. This thing had been modified so much there was no tag anywhere with a serial number. So I found some labels on the side of the camper with different dealerships that I had been at, tried to contact them. They had no information, they had no records, they were not able to help me out. Eventually, I actually got in contact with Winnebago, and they were able to find the records that confirmed that the title I had matched the truck that I had. So everything was good. I could get it registered and start doing some work on it. Well, here is the inside before I rip everything out. Like, this is nice and all if you have this thing that folds up, but like, why are you gonna pinch wires under there? How does that make any sense? Look at that. There's a fridge, just the door's held closed by a bungee cord. I have a propane heater somebody's gonna give me that they ripped out of something else. The water heater, or the water tank though, is actually under here. The water heater is behind here. You can pop off this panel to get to it. Not sure what that switch is for. Maybe it's for the water heater. I don't know. The stove does not have blades on this fan. The fan works, but there's no blades on it. And this light bulb, I don't think that works. So, alright, well, I'm going to rip everything out and just redo it. Look at this purple shag carpeting. This is the wheel well right here. They made a box for something, and they just glued purple shag carpeting over it. The box is coming out, but they have just random wires running through things over the floor. I assume it goes into there and up to the power inverter maybe. I gotta tear apart that box to see what's back in there. So this whole side is basically gutted. That cabinet's gone. That whole TV mount thing is gone. All the flooring and carpet and fake tile and whatever's gone. These boxes are gone. I gotta rebuild something else because that's actually a little service door hatch thing where you can put stuff. I have not decided what I'm going to do with the whole layout of this side. This has the drains in here for the shower and the bathroom and whatever else. So I kind of want to put something back in here for that, just so I have the option. I've ripped off all the old foam and stuff. That's, well, little chunks, but most of it from up here. That's gone. I just stuck in a couple of LED bulbs up there just so it looks a little better and it's brighter. I found a couple sitting around. Looks like I got a small crack in the glass up there. And on that side too. Um, the kitchen area, I think I might upgrade the stove or give it a really good cleaning. I don't know, but the sink and the kitchen area, how it is now, it's fine. There's no reason to really change it. I might update the like the stick-on surface and whatever, give it a new look and whatever. But beyond that, there's no reason to really change it. Behind here is the water heater. No reason to do anything with that. Obviously, the water tank is down here, so I gotta leave that there, but I think I'm gonna just end the box there and do something with this side. And then there's the water pump for everything. So the sink was held in with nothing more than like sticky silicone stuff. So I popped that out. And I pulled the stove out, and I'm getting rid of all this old, it's really glued down here, it's super difficult to pull off, but I'm getting rid of all of this old crap here, around here, so I can put something else down and give it a new look, just clean it up a bit. So I am putting in brand new gas lines. These are 3/8 inch copper gas lines. The propane tank is under here. There's obviously a valve to shut that off. And then from there, it literally just goes under here, up through here. Everything needs to get grommets and everything needs to be sealed so it doesn't vibrate. And then also wrapped and protected to protect it from like the elements on the outside and the exhaust, keep it far enough away from that and all that fun stuff. I'm going to put a shutoff here, so I have a shutoff for everything inside. And I think this area in here is just going to be like a utility area where I can keep some tools, have access to the gas lines and whatever. So it's going to go up here, over here, and then up through this hole to the hot water heater. And then obviously tee off behind here so we can go to the stove. So if all the gas stuff is together right here, that'll be good. And then all of the water stuff, that's the hot water heater. The bathroom's going to be here. We got the septic tank under there. And then all I have to really do is run a line from this water holding tank to over here for the sink, for the hot water heater, for the shower, bathroom area, all that. So it's pretty much all my utility stuff is going to be run along this back wall here. And I'll have the whole rest of this side open for everything else. Bedding area is probably going to be up there. This just makes sense to turn it into a couch lounge area. And then I think somewhere up here, got to get rid of these god ugly boob lights. There's no reason for them to be here, especially 3 of them. I think I'm going to mount a TV somewhere up here on like a swivel mount, so I can fold it out and either watch it from the couch or watch it from like the bedding area, or just chill out and do whatever. I gotta replace this light too. I don't really trust this not to rattle loose and fall out eventually, and that's just kind of old. I want a different style, but that's where I'm at right now. Just gotta do some gas lines, and I'll update in a little bit. So as you can see, I've got the stove working. All 3 of them are burning, and I've sprayed everything a bunch of times, checked everything for leaks, had to redo a couple fittings. I have actual like securement connector wall clamp things on the way, so all this stuff will be secured and not free to wobble around. So I know the stove works, obviously. I haven't tried the oven yet. Haven't tried the water heater. But this is where we are now. And the propane tank down there is very low, but at least there's enough in here to test it, so that's good. So what we have here, this giant cable that comes out, that's called shore power or local power. And I'm basically plugged into an RV campsite right now, or a house, or whatever. So this is going into there. I've actually tested all of these And everything works. All the outlets work, all the lights work. This light and this light in here are actually on the same circuit, which run off this switch, or this switch right there. And this light is on this switch right here. And this light, it's supposed to be a three-way, like gang switch kind of thing, but they wired it wrong. So, as you can see, this is supposed to light up that light, but it doesn't unless this is in the other position. So that's some funky wiring they messed up. All the outlets work. These little doohickeys, I put LEDs in so they're brighter. I've not tested that DC port. Since everything else works, I'm just going to assume it does. If not, not hard to make that work. But yeah, so far so good. I got the floor sanded down with, I think it's 40 or 80 grit sandpaper on there. Just so it's not perfect. It's not like, you know, like I'm building a house, but it's good enough to lay down something over it now, and it's not, it just doesn't have much crap on it. So far so good. I'm gonna rip off those stickers just because I don't like stickers in the back window. I can't really see as clear through it. The small issue I have with this sink is there's not any room to actually put a faucet behind it since it's so like thin right here. So if I can, I don't know if I can, maybe cut this off, add some supports over here so I can actually lift up this, flip it around, and then the sink would actually be this way a little bit farther. I'll have to figure out something for that. But yeah. So I'm getting the water all hooked up. I have the fresh water coming in to the water heater and the hot water coming out, and it's all hooked up down there. I've got this bucket just to test it because I don't have check valves or anything in here. This is the pump that came with the RV, but once it gets up to a certain pressure, it actually starts just spewing out it's got a huge leak on top. So that pump is no good, and I need another pump. So I have one ordered. After I get that pump in, I got to put hose clamps on everything. I got the shore power and the check valves and stuff on the way. Or not the shore power, the local hose connector and stuff. And the water system is almost done. Once I get a shower in here, I can just tee off these two for the hot and the cold water for the shower. And that's about it. I also need to get all the piping for down here to run it out and down into the tank. But for now I just got a bucket in here just so I could make it come out the sink without going all over the floor. So this is the drain underneath, which I have shoved a screwdriver up in and pounded on it, and finally getting it to actually get water out. And looks like we've got the dirt out. It's finally draining. I should probably get a cover for this. If there's enough pressure, I could actually use this to fill it up, but I've already got another port coming, so this will just be a drain and not a filler. I got this AC unit on clearance for a grand total of $50. And I just, it's got a remote and it's kind of digital, and it will regulate itself. It'll turn on and off automatically at whatever temperature I set it at, which is nice. It's got a remote, so I can just leave it running all night or whatever. That is actually very efficient. That's not going to trip any batteries or blow any inverters or anything. So that's super nice.